All right, chat. We got a lot of pressure on ourselves this season. A whole lot of pressure. Ender, yes. I went through, set up everything with coaching staff, scouts, the whole shebang. We are ready to go for this next season with the Greenville Good Dudes. This is the team. Again, for those that missed it last night, the St. Louis Blues tried to offer sheet Mr. Dorian Mango for what would have been 4 first-round picks. And we said no. He then had a pretty bad season by his standards, at least in terms of goal scoring. Thankfully, the follow-up draft wasn't amazing in terms of like, oh, hey, we really should have gotten rid of him, but we do still need him to be better. This team isn't the furthest away from the playoffs. Mills, what's going on? How are you? You know, defensively, still a little bit weak. That third pair being a minus kind of sucks, but there's nothing I can do about it. But the hope is that maybe, just maybe, this season could be something interesting. Maybe, just maybe. And then the AHL. The AHL as well has some decent talents, you know? Including Marcel Richard. Pretty good in New York City for a few days. Hey. The old NYC. I haven't, like, actually been to New York in a while. I don't really have the desire to go back. I am going to set the over-under for this season at 35.5 wins, knowing it is very, very close, of course, to what we've been doing recently. Will we take a step forward, or will we blow it, is the question. And actually, in fairness, I don't think I did properly set up the AHL, so we can do that really quickly. Okay, yeah, Marek Mazaros needs to get into the lineup. We have a slight shortage on forwards. Indeed, this is still the Character Issues Club. Let's see, so we know Romeo doesn't have a very good potential. Medium bottom 6. Do we have another medium bottom 6? I could have sworn I set this up, but there is a decent chance that, yeah, I just outright forgot. All right, so it's 73 of Peterson. All right, let me set this up real quick, and we will get going on the sim and see if this can be an interesting year for us. Achilles, what's up? How the heck are you? There we go. All right. AHL is looking better. There we go. Garcia and Enqvist. Perfect. Can we do something special this season? That is the question. Can we do something special? Shout out to Tree Boxes in Sky. Not in the sky. Just in Sky. We are over the cap floor as well. We're good. We're good. It's just, can this team take that next step forward? Can old Dorian Mangoes prove that he is actually a franchise level talent? Lord knows. I mean, he better. He's getting paid $13 million a season. As we get ready to play the Coyotes.
Woo! Woo!
Whoops. I'll enjoy that for old time's sake. What other one do we have here? What other one do we have here? What's this one? Oh, hey, remember when I used to have that on screen? Yeah, me either. Yeah, me either. Anyway, our ratings for the year, 83, 82, and a 79. We are actually an NHL team, kind of. Imagine. Also, Ivan Demidov might have been worth picking. Maybe. I don't remember who we picked instead of him. But yeah, the good dudes are looking good. Time to change the name to the Greenville Great Dudes. Henrik, what's up, buddy? How are you tonight? You're just in time for our first season of the Knights. And hopefully it's going to be a special one. Hopefully. Long way to go, though. Long way to go. Ready to see the playoffs. Me too, but I'm not holding my breath. As there is a blockbuster that results in Matthew Nyes and Colton Dock becoming Boston Bruins. Cool. Matthew Nyes, the Boston Bruin. That sound that you hear in the distance is Steve Dangle yelling out in pain. Finally gave in, started making custom teams, 48 planned out. Oh, you're doing the big, I was going to say European-centric, but I mean, it's not technically European-centric. The World Cup, practically, of teams. Fair enough, Frankie, fair enough. I'm intrigued at how that plays out. I am intrigued. Also intrigued at how this plays out, and so far, our season record isn't quite what we were hoping it would be. We do have a ways to go. I do have a feeling that our defense could still hold us back. My first non-draft goalie franchise with the newly released roster says Boston signing Tarasenko and Kane immediately. Because that's what the Boston Bruins need. More wingers. More wingers. So if I have the Adelaide Redbacks, the Pacific Islanders, Asia Pacific Conference, the Dublin Donkeys and Glasgow Golden Goats, and the Illinois Ice Cats and the Texas Fighting Fish. There's some potential there. We need a big, strong defenseman. We have two good defensemen, but the problem is the depth below them is rough. Is rough. We're hanging around at 500. Yeah, let's just play Caden and Tarasenko at center. All right. Hanging at around 500, a little bit under. We're closing in on the trade deadline. Obviously, we can't do anything at the trade deadline. But post-deadline, we'll stop the sims, see if there's anything we can do lineup-wise, maybe? I'm going to list ourselves as conservative buyers just to try and show the boys that we want to win. As Tristan Robbins has been traded for, I'd imagine that's Michael Benning, not Matt Benning. I would imagine. Let's stop the sim. Also, Barrett Hayton has been traded to Pittsburgh for Olas and Del Rio. Let's do it. Holy hell, this is a big deadline. Morgan Frost for Mikko Coco, Bruce, and Supre. Supre. The Supreme Supre. 30, 27, and 6. 5 points out of the playoffs. And our leading scorer is Jordan Gavin. We should have gotten rid of him. We should have gotten rid of him. He's not him. I get he's still a younger player, man, but I don't know if he's the guy. I've tried to craft this team around making Dorian the man. And he's just not doing it. First 30 minutes from your sandwich episode with Endo was perfect. Thank you. When you get Endo and I having to do a podcast and it's like, oh God, do we want to talk hockey? What are we even going to talk about? Those are the episodes that turn out to be just us being idiots for an hour. All right. All right. So Jordan Gavin's our leading scorer. Braden Yeager's been okay. That just means the combination. Like, Stevenson's been more of a playmaker with Ragnarsson. Gavin's been good. Maybe we put Michkov, you know? We'll try Yeager, Ragnarsson, Stevenson, and then Michkov with Mangos and Gavin. I think that might be the play. That gets Jordan Gavin at center. Gets Mango onto the right. We'll try it. Problem is, Mangos has power play time too. Every single member of the top 6 does. I swear to God, I thought that said a 90 for Dominic Hamonic. I almost had a panic attack. But Trigg and Etienne Morin are both looking okay. And then Chubarov. Goaltending hasn't been great. It hasn't been great. And again, I can't help but think the defense is a big part of the reason as to why. I don't think we're going to make the playoffs. I don't. But we might. We're a few wins away from hitting the over-under that was set at 35.5. Let's go with the next 2 weeks. And see what happens as we get outscored 9-2. 12-3. Oh my God. Okay, well, we did beat Boston. But outside of that, we have been struggle busting. Just 2 wins in the last 2 weeks. Let's go to the end of the month. Oh my God. Playoffs won't be happening. An absolutely abysmal month of March. We are dead last in our division again. And I am a little bit frustrated at this team. In quite a few ways. I am pretty frustrated with this team. Trigg is up to an 89, which is awesome. Honestly, let's put Winkler with Trigg. We'll put Morin. We'll go Morin, Hamonic, McNabb, Toivonen for the rest of this. Actually, let's go McNabb, Morin, Hamonic, Toivonen. Just to mix it up for a little bit. Frank, I couldn't believe how many episodes of that there was, but you also have to realize it was an every other day schedule, so it's lasted longer than it normally would. Yeah! Colonial with the raid. Thank you for that, my man. How are you? I'm sorry, I'm just very focused at the moment at wanting to throw this team to the wolves right now. I don't think short term there's much I can do.
What was that?
It's just been a very disappointing season. Let's just leave it. The damage is done. The damage is done. Oh, that was the endo laugh. That was an all-time moment. We lose to the Florida Panthers. We do beat Chicago in a shootout. Again, the over-under was set at 35.5. Philadelphia, we lose. Edmonton, we win. 2 games, 1 win to hit the over. New Jersey, we lose. 3rd time it comes down to the last game of the season, and the 2nd time it's Pittsburgh. So we're not going to be making the playoffs. This is essentially our only playoff game, and it's can we beat Pittsburgh to hit the over. Up 2-1 at the end of the first. Denver Barkey, Matvei Michkov. Second period, up 6-3. Ragnarsson, Mangos, Michkov, and Barkey. And the Greenville Good Dudes have hit the over. The Greenville Good Dudes hit the over at 36 wins on the last day of the season. Ending our season, admittedly on a high note in a sense, but a massive disappointment in a lot of ways. As again, every member of the Big Six for the forwards, at least 56 points, but we don't have that superstar to put up a ton of points. 230 goal scorers is nice, though. 34 points for Barkey. I mean, our depth scoring was pretty lackluster. Just in general, we're having trouble scoring goals no matter who our coach is. Defensively, 56 points for Trigg, 47 for Etienne Morin, and then obviously it drops a bit from there. And I'm noticing a theme. We play pretty undisciplined hockey. That lack of discipline is really hurting us right now. As Gabriel Daigle, a 902 save percentage, 886 for the rookie Stanislav Chubasov. Not good enough, unfortunately. The Achilles, we've, hey, 3 times now we've gotten it down to the last day of the season. Connor Bedard scores over a goal per game for the LA Kings. And you see Kyrou and Gamache up there. Imagine Inkinen's up there too. If we had traded our dude to St. Louis, I'm telling you, they would have won a cup by now. All those picks would have been low. 63 goals for McDavid, 61 for Matthews, but 83 for Bedard, who's rocking a 94 overall. Goddamn. Defensively, 102 points for Evan Bouchard. God damn. I think we made the right decision matching the offer sheet. Honestly, it's one of those maybe we did, maybe we didn't. Ben Scriven's name just popped up. Ben Scrivezna. The legend. Goalie wins, hands down. Alexander Georgiev for Edmonton. Shutout leader was 7. Ilya Samsonov, now in Ottawa. And save percentage king amongst starters is Georgiev at a 919. So... it's really weird how the league is playing out right now. Rookie race, Jude Legg is likely to win it for the Seattle Kraken. Jude Legg. What a name. But yeah, technically, we're still improving in some ways, but we're not quite in shock the world territory yet. As our AHL club, though, the Richmond Americans take on the Rochester Americans. Americans versus Americans. Just the second time our AHL club has made the playoffs, which is nice. Last time we got swept, if I'm not mistaken. There's our first ever AHL playoff victory. But we are down 3-1 in the series. And we lose in 6 to Rochester. I'm proud of the AHL club for making the playoffs, but man, it's L after L for us. And it's starting to get painful. The Philadelphia Flyers have won the Stanley Cup, with the Ontario Reign taking home the AHL's Calder Cup. As Philadelphia defeats Minnesota in 5 games. AHL-wise, it was Laval that fell to Ontario in 6. There you go. The Philadelphia Flyers have a Stanley Cup. You just have to wait until 2032 to get it. Led by Cole Yzerman, Hendrix Lapierre. Robert Thomas is there now. Cutter Gauthier. And then defensively, Cam York, Sam Rinzel. Goaltender, Kata Hat. That's the franchise player playing. I think you can guess by my reaction. Connor Bedard wins the Art Ross. Jordan, he scored 83 goals, but Jordan Kyrou wins the Hart? Fuck you. Evan Bouchard wins the Norris, but at least Bedard's gentlemanly. The Calder does go to Jude Legg in Seattle. Cam York wins the Conn Smythe. Georgiev the Vezina. Let's see, Selke to Boston's Logan Cooley. Kyrou wins the Ted Lindsay, and Bedard wins the Rocket Richard. AHL-wise, do we have any familiar names? Holy Straka, by the way. Damon Severson, Defenseman of the Year. Talon Boyko, Goaltender of the Season. And I believe it's Ville Ottavainen, the MVP of the playoffs. If someone on our team wins the Bing, is it an automatic fail? Probably, yeah. All right. So the draft, we know we didn't make the playoffs. We don't quite know how bad. Well, I'm glad our scouts are taking their sweet fucking time. At the moment, we have no idea if there's someone available to us or not. Jesus. Well, this has been a disaster so far. We will have the 6th overall pick as Los Angeles moved up from 14 to 4. Florida Panthers land the top pick. So, 6th overall selection for us here in Greenville. Mark Scheifele, Philip Forsberg, and others have retired. Our scouts have character issues. Well, they're not showing up for work, so I'd say so. Shea Theodore, Josh Morrissey, John Klingberg. The big names, at least in terms of points. And in goal, John Gibson, 1 win shy of 300. Is the most successful goaltender to have retired this year. The year of our Lord, 2032. All right. Well, let's hope we got that little bit of extra information. I'm not going to bother with interviews. Let's see what we have here. 2032 drafts. Our scouts didn't even look at Aiden Allen. We also have no idea about Nathaniel Para. I know he got base level and he doesn't fit the team. I'm glad our scouts took all the time off. Cameron Bowmeister's not a fit. Will we have anybody? Please God, any of these guys who are actually decent. There's one, Alexei Alexandrov, the Russian. At least there's one player available. I don't know what the hell our scouts were doing this year. The answer is anything but their job. We also have Nicholas Day, who will be in the conversation. Cameron Zancanaro. So we do have Sergei Voinov. Ezra Heatley's not a fit for us. Frederick O'Brien, first round goalie. But not available to us. Emmanuel Lemieux does not fit. Igor Nazarov. So there are quite a few guys in the first round. Actually, a lot of guys in the first round that fit. Not Brooks Reich, unfortunately. It was going to be amazing. God, there's some players here that look fucking awesome, and we're not going to be able to get them. I hate it. I hate it. There's some goddamn great players at the start of the second round, and it doesn't matter. Okay. So, defensively, there's nobody. We're taking a forward in the first round. There's Alexandrov. Way the best. What's going on? This is the challenge where we are only allowed to select players with character issues, which can be defined as literally having character issues or concerns if they can handle a professional environment, stuff like that. So, Alexei Alexandrov. Hello, Richard Head, by the way. Looks okay-ish. 2 years out, which is promising. Guy Bejan. 4 years out. Concerns about the professional environment. His potential's looking a little bit more safe, but we'd have to go with Alexandrov over Bejan. We know Florida's about to make a pick first overall. It's Aiden Allen. Have I noticed the difference in having all the same? No. I mean, the problem is, though, there's still, like, until Richard gets to the point where it's like, oh, we have a cup caliber team and we're still underperforming, we won't know until that point. There's Igor Nazarov, who's 3 years out. So we'll have to rule out Bejan. Cameron Zancanaro. 3 years out. Unconfirmed third eye. Personalities would be a cool thing to have in the game if they meant anything. I agree completely. Like, here's toxic Mark Scheifele, but he's really good. Do you want to risk it for him? Like that kind of exists in this game, but not really. Nicholas Day, 2 years out. And Sergei Voinov, 3 years out. Well, the way I see it, Alexandrov and Day were both 2 years out. So it is either the Russian or the Canadian. Both 18. Day put up 74 points in the OHL in his draft year. That's not bad. Meanwhile, Alexandrov in the totally not KHL had 24 points, which is an astonishingly good point total for someone in their draft year in the KHL. This is the type of draft you might regret not having the offer. Yeah, it is. In terms of grades, Day, Alexandrov, even. Alexandrov, from what we know of off of stats, or the attributes, is better. Puck protection, size, and skill. I think we're going to go for Alexandrov. I think. We just don't have the information to know for sure. We got to risk it. You know what? I'm going to leave it up to chat. Will it be Nicholas Day or will it be Alexandrov? Who's our pick going to be? It's a toss-up either way, so screw it. I might as well put the decision in chat's hands. Who are you going to vote for? My vote is for Alexandrov. I do think, again, Day, over a point per game in the OHL, but 24 points for Alexandrov is very high for someone playing in the not KHL. Again, I don't think we can go wrong either way. Both are allegedly 2 years out. I don't think Day is a bad choice either. But given that it's a complete toss-up, I'm down to let you guys decide. So we will see what you pick. And right now it is Alexandrov winning by a short amount. And it is going to be Alexandrov. The Russian's the pick. 70 overall, medium top 6. That's not bad. No abilities. Very well-rounded as a two-way forward. Very, very well-rounded, so not bad. The question is, did we make the right choice? So we know we'll have to call a timeout here, so we might as well do it now. See, there was Para, Bowmeister, McChesney, Johnson, and Isbister, but again, these guys weren't available. Day was a 67. Same overall, so we did make the right choice. Good job, chat. Good job. Zan Canaro is 65. Medium elite goalie. I think we were considering Nazarov and Bejan, so technically we could have gone wrong. Got to Brock Reich, who was not available. All in all, pretty good. I don't remember if he was available to us or not. I don't. If he was, pain. If he wasn't, pain, because that's the type of player we need right about now. All right, for the love of God, here we go. Lazarev would be amazing, but he's not eligible for us to take him. Fuck me. Lidstrom, no. It's going to be easier to say who is available as opposed to who isn't. But right now, we are in significant pain. Oh, this sucks. Oh, what fun it is to die. That's the word, right? Emilio Petrovitsky is available, who's a medium 9. Oh, boy. Pain. Pain, pain, pain. Another Ola Bang. We could start collecting Ola Bangs. When one bang just isn't enough. The Richard Head story. This is bad, man. This is bad. Okay. It's one of these four. We have one defenseman, Frederick Larson. The 18-year-old. 3 out of 4. Says 3 years out. 2 out of 4 low elites. There's Emilio Petrovitsky. Attributes certainly don't look that great. 4 years out. And we know what the potential is. I think we could risk it. Marcus Hobby Boolin listed as a gem, so he's definitely a low 9. Or excuse me, a low top 6. 3 years out, he's going to be like a 65 overall low top 6 forward. And then there's Ralph Sweeney. The Kingston Frontenacs. 4 years out, it's 17. We need defensive help more than we need forward help. That's the tiebreaker on this one. We're going to go for Freddie Larson and hope that he's half decent. Low 4, 63 overall. Shit. Not great. Lidstrom wasn't that much better. We couldn't take Lazarev or Matthews. Quite a few players, of course. Petrovitsky was the medium 9. Oh, we did what we could. Given who was available, it wasn't a terrible pick, but that's not great. All right. 1 steal. Does the rule apply to goalies? Yes. Again, character issues of some sort make someone eligible for us to take them. Like Stefan Schroeder. 1 steal could really turn this around for us. I'm not holding my breath for this, though. A- physical on that guy would be great, but it's just not happening. Kravchenko had conflicting information, but might still consider him. Yeah, this isn't looking great. If you needed to get arrested for anything in the world and serve the time, what would it be? If I needed to get arrested and serve the time. Hopefully something cool like hacking into OnlyFans to steal feet pics. If I had to get arrested for something and serve the time, I'd punch Elon Musk in the face. How many people had that on their bingo card is what I was going to say. Predictable, maybe, but it's true. All right, we don't have great options here. It's one of these 3 forwards. It's not going to be this guy because he's a low 9. So it's either Stefan Schroeder or Vitaly Kravchenko. This dude's apparently 3 years out. Kravchenko might have a higher potential, but is 5 years out, but I'm not going to risk it. We're going to go for Stefan with the pick. 61 overall, medium 9. Not bad, given the circumstances. Round number 4. We are desperate. We are desperate for some half-decent players. There's Alberts again, but again, we know he's fucking terrible. Low 9 is an insulting potential. But we might not have anybody else that fits the bill here. Oh my God. Every time we start to get some optimism, we have a season like we just had. And then we have a draft like this. Every time. I hate it. All right. We have two options. It comes down to either Sami Pakaslati, the Finn, with no strengths and no weaknesses, 4 years out at 18, or Braden Bathgate, 5 years out at 19. It is going to be the centerman, Sami Pakaslati. It was a low 9. Fuck. Oh my god. Of course you were a low 9. Kill me. Kill me. Oh, it's so torturous when a draft is this bad. Because we sit here for 6 years to scroll through and find someone who fits the bill, and then they're all just shit anyway. Endless trash. Cares about winning and is outspoken, but he's not inherently a dickhead. He's just outspoken. He could be motivational. What's the best draft we've had in this one? I don't even remember, man. We've had a couple years of like the first 2 rounds have paid off well. And that's pretty much the best that we're looking at. Because unfortunately the depth in these drafts have been lacking. All right. It's either Vickers or Almqvist. It won't be Almqvist, so let's take the risk on the Norwegian, Ernest Vickers. Ernie, come on down. Oh, you're shit. You are so shit. Okay, let's look at potential. Anybody at all that wants to be a good steal for us? This has been so painful. Oh my god. I should have taken the money. I should have taken the draft picks. Because we're getting no helpful depth in the draft. We have to do our damage in the first round or 2. We should have taken those damn draft picks. Well, Braden Wilcox will end up being a pick out of pure desperation. Can we find another one? This is tragic. There we go. All right. Let's go for defenseman Braden Wilcox, who's 19 years old and 5 years away from the NHL. Yep, 56 overall, medium 7th. And then in round number 7, we're going to go for the goaltender, Maxim Kasparaitis, who is also shit. This was probably our worst draft. This was probably our worst draft yet. I mean, we didn't have to take a medium 9 in the top 5, but oof, this was real bad. So Dag and Chubarov obviously have to come back. We have to sign Lindstrom, who really hasn't improved much the last few years. I'm going to keep Enqvist around as another goalie option because why the hell not? We can. So, and we'll qualify good old Cherry Garcia as well. Defensively, Trigg. It's going to be an RFA again. We have to sign Hamannik. He's now Hamanegger. Let's give him 2.4 for 8 years just to keep him around. We'll keep McNabb. Got to keep Strombo. Byers. It's not looking too hot for Dino. We'll probably end up keeping Byers and Verdino, but Lewis Mayer, 5th rounder in 2030. You're gone. Have fun in fucking Hungary or wherever the hell you end up playing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only reason to keep Koistinen and Lehtinen is for decent overall sake for the AHL. But the AHL is never really going to be hurting for options. So we are going to be letting go of Mika Koistinen. 3rd round pick in 2024. Ended up getting 574 NHL games. But yeah, Mika's gone. And Topi Lehtinen, 2025 3rd rounder, is also on the outs. On the wing, Cole Brown's going to have to be signed. We got to keep the applicator. We got to keep Richard. Probably want to keep Drake. We do want to keep Mr. Brown. Can be an NHL, AHL staple for years to come. Para, DeBoer. Try to keep Matsumoto around. Miura. We're going to want to sign Alexandrov. Probably play in the AHL this year. The original Ola Bang. There's Pittis. We'll keep Sharma. We'll sign Schroeder for the AHL. And then for the centers, Jordan Gavin's going to be an RFA again, as is Stevenson. Braden Yeager needs a contract, and we'll see if he takes 8x8 to be here for a long time. Brunstrom, I don't know if you're staying. I don't know if you're staying or you. You're all just terrible. Holy hell. Sign Bobby Schmalz, even if he ends up going back to junior. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. AHL is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so we do have room for some forwards. It's just, do we go with the older crowd that makes the AHL side a little bit better? Or do we go with some new blood? Carl Peterson. Got to be honest, buddy. Outside of running around and hitting people, you don't have too many great factors. Like, you'll sacrifice your body. That's... Carl will keep you. At least you try. Brunstrom, you're not going to get any better than you are. You also do the same thing of running around and hitting people, but you can't skate. So Nicholas Brunstrom, 7th round pick, 2025, is going to be dropped. Mauricio Purrington has a good shot and is young enough, even though he's got a bad potential. We'll keep him. Romeo has all the shot power in the world, but can't hit the broadside of a barn. 6th round pick in 2023. He gone. Ola Bang can pass the puck like a son of a bitch. Can't skate, but we'll keep him around for that reason. Joe Pittis, also decent at passing the puck. Can't do much else, but keep him around for the AHL's sake. Declan McTaggart doesn't really do well at much. 6th round pick in 2030. We'll let him go without signing him. There is Todd DeKaiser, who is the middest of the mid. He's gone. And that's that. Okay. So hopefully some offer sheets work out. That would be nice, but I'm depressed.